Hello everybody, welcome to the very next Ask Chris Tuesday. This is Ask Chris Tuesday number 11, and I am very excited to be here and to still be doing my Ask Question video series thing, so that's very nice. So we got a couple things to talk about in this episode. We have a total of 4 questions, and 2 of the questions are kind of meaty. So they'll take a minute, but I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. That way, when I get ready to save the video, it doesn't take forever. And when I get ready to upload the video, it doesn't take forever because now we are in HD. I went out and I bought a camera, which is one of the things I'm going to talk about in this too. And so now I'm shooting in 1080 or 1080p resolution in HD, and so I don't know if you noticed on the end of my on the end of this video when I did the Halloween video for the Lady Gaga Alexander McQueen Bad Romance dress video, it says HD on the little video now, and I know that took me forever, so that's the first thing I want to talk about. OMG, that video took me forever to get done. Some of it's because I procrastinated until the last minute, okay? Number 2 is because I had to, go to work and stuff off and on, and so I would only have a little time here and a little time there when I did start working on it, so that didn't work out. And then the day I was gonna finish it, which was the Friday, then I had read the comment the night before about the camera, and I went on Amazon. I was like, okay, well that's nice, I'll have it, in a week. And then woke up the next morning on Friday. I was like, I could go get it now if it's like at a Walmart or something. And it was at Walmart, and I went and got it, and it's amazing. And I didn't get the exact one, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So sorry that video just came up yesterday, Monday. So, but hopefully you enjoyed it and you could tell the difference between the video. The other one, the color was all bad. This new one, now the color's all wow. And even I'm clearer now just talking to you sitting here. You can see the dress form in the background really clear. So all that's great. Next, coming up this week, at the end of this week, and this will be done on Friday, at the latest on Saturday, but I'm gonna do my best to have it done on Friday. We have our first tip of the week video, which I'll be doing every other week, the weeks in between when I do my garment videos, my time-lapse videos. And the very first thing we're doing is the 2 main ways to sew a sleeve. They're going to be very simple tips things. That's why I say tip of the week. They're going to be so simple. They're not going to take very long. Hopefully the videos won't be any longer than 10 minutes, which I don't even see why they would be 10 minutes unless it's, a big tip or something that I'm kind of trying to explain, make sure you understand it. Because I want to still go back to giving you little tips that you can use in your sewing and add to your sewing repertoire so you understand what you're doing. Okay, now let's get into the questions. So question number 1, and I have some questions on my laptop over here and then on the computer I'm looking at, so I'm gonna be going back and forth looking this way. So question number 1, it says, or this is from a lady that goes by the name of TellaBling. This is a person, I think they're new watching my videos and everything, so thank you for watching. They submitted a comment last week about doing some free motion embroidery or quilting or something like that, and I answered it, and she said she was watching the jacket video I did. She said, great video, Chris, nice jacket. I wish I could do this. And actually you can. Sewing is not hard. Sewing is not hard. It's just accumulative, like math. And once you do math enough times, you'll start to get ideas of how to do this and how to do that, and you'll have a bigger box of math knowledge to pull from when you go and do new equations and stuff. And it's the same way with sewing. The more you do it, the more you do different hand stitches, the more you use your machine, you'll know what your machine can do and what it can't do and how to work your machine this way and that way, how to thread it really quickly. The more you thread your machine, the quicker it'll get. Sometimes I thread my machine and don't even remember that I threaded it because it's just kind of like a second thought, So anyway, and then she also says, from answering her question, I guess. She says, Chris, you are a lifesaver. Thank you so much. I think that white thing is called a darning plate. I wish brother would explain that on their website. And yeah, they do kind of skimp on some of the more important things, but you know, that's big business for you. Sometimes they don't get as detailed as they could, I guess, because they have so many things to write descriptions for or whatever, and maybe they try to get it all down to easily digestible pieces so they can go and write the description for this machine, write the description for that machine, and get a certain number done a day, I guess. I don't know, I'm making excuses for them. But yeah, anyway, next question number 2. This is from someone named SewingStudioMTAD. And they say, hi Chris, I'm preparing to teach online sewing tutorials, so I bought the Logitech C270 widescreen HD technology, and it's great. It avoids this jerkiness, unstable, and grainy recording. And I think she was saying, or he was saying, $30 from Amazon.com, and then they gave me all the detailed information about the camera. So that's what I saw Thursday night, and I was like, so I went and I looked it up on Amazon. I was like, oh, okay, that's not expensive at all. And I was like, you know, I have that much money on my card at the moment, I can go and pay for that, and I should have it in a couple of days or so. And then I fell asleep. And then it's good I didn't go ahead and try to get it, because I like to use it as soon as I can. Especially since I do these weekly shows, I don't want to wait for it if I don't have to. If I can just spend a little gas and a little money and have it immediately, that's awesome. So the next morning I got up and I searched on the internet to see if Walmart would have it, and they did. And so I went to Walmart, and I went there with the mindset that if I could get better quality for a few extra dollars or whatever, that would be great, and I would spend, you know, a little bit more. And I actually found a camera that was a little better than that. This is the which one do I have? The Logitech HD webcam C615, and so it goes all the way up to 1080p. Get out of my eye. To 1080p, and it shoots widescreen, and it does all these other little things and stuff, so it's great, and I'm enjoying it, and it's so clear. I know you can tell a difference between my other Ask Tuesday videos and this one. I could probably actually take a picture off of the quality of this, you know, camera, and it's so much better, and it's not grainy, it doesn't look gross. I see a little bit of graininess in the darker areas, but at least looking at me straight on, you don't see a whole bunch of craziness, so that's awesome. So thank you so much for Sewing Studio. I left them a little reply comment that you totally saved my channel, so thank you so much for that. And moving on to the last 2 questions. Question number 3. This is from Lady Luck 8987, and she says, love, 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 love it. I love it. She was watching the video where I did the mermaid skirt, and I had basically just a plain straight skirt, and I added a circle flounce onto the bottom of it to make it kind of flare. And you can, you know, extend that flounce part way down to the bottom and have these nice, big, pretty, you know, folds and flouncy, flowy things going into the bottom of the skirt, and that would be really pretty. And also you can raise up where that flouncy part is, and that would make it even better. So what she was saying, she says, I want something that hugs curves. I know you're a muscly and all that jazz, but I want like a pencil skirt with a flare at the end, like this one. And then she gave me an address to go to alloy.com as an example. Now when I got there, I didn't see anything exactly, so I don't know if she saw it on a different day or what. But I went under the clothing, and then I went under the skirts, and so I included that link in the description here so you could see for yourself. I didn't really see one that was a pencil skirt and flared. I saw some skirts that were, what do you call it, mermaidy, and they weren't necessarily pencil skirts with a flare added to them. They were like maxi skirts that did hug, so maybe that's what she was talking about. That's probably what she was talking about, and those were very sexy. They were so cute. A pencil skirt with a flare like that is easier to do out of a knit fabric, because you don't have to worry about not being able to walk in it. You know, the knit fabric's gonna stretch, and then when you be still, it's still gonna kind of hug your figure. The difference with that and doing it out of like a woven fabric like this that doesn't give you stretch, you're gonna have to make it straight, or you're gonna have to put some kind of release pleat in it in order to keep the pencil shape when you're just standing still. Otherwise, you can put one leg in front of the other and it'll look like your pencil, but you're just playing with the way the fabric is, so while you're standing in it. But other than that, but yeah, you can always take in the skirt a little bit at the knees, and then add your flare flounce to it at the bottom. Now she says, and then she says, like it hugs her hips and thighs, and then at the knee it sort of flares out. Although I am wondering if I could even do this because I am so short. And then she says, by the way, subscribed. And I was like, thank you, thank you. Thank you for subscribing, Miss Lady Luck. But now, if you're shorter, the only thing you don't want your legs to look shorter. So if you do it all the way to the knee, and then add a flounce that goes maybe to your calf, that's making your legs look this short and you're already a shorter person. So what you would do is just move the flare part up some. So you would flare it maybe at the mid-thigh. That way, once it gets down by the knees, it's doing all of this, and that's the end of the skirt right there. Yeah, and that would be best for you. If you do a skirt that is floor length, do the same thing. Move the flare part up where it starts to flare to maybe mid-thigh or right below your butt. That way it still gives you the hug that you like, but it's not cutting your legs. So once you hug and then you come back out, that coming back out part will give you a lot of your length back if you make it higher instead of lower. So if you do this and go all the way to the knee and then flare out, you're cutting yourself in half pretty much. So just do a little bit of hug, maybe until like below the butt, maybe a little lower or something, and then flare out. And that'll give you some of your length back. If you want to go all the way to the floor, if not, then just raise up the hem some and do the same thing. So anyway, very, very last question, because I am on 12 minutes now, is from someone named Nura Adil. I hope I'm saying that right. And she sent me a message that says, please answer my question. And she says, hey, I think you are the only one who can answer my questions. I just want to know what kind of fabric the singer wears in this video. And she gave me 2 video things. And she said the blouse, the skirt fabric, and the mantilla, or mantilla. I think it's mantilla. And then in the second video, she wants to know what the bride in the white and the gold dress wears. And she says, hope you answer me. I will pray for you if you answer me. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. And thank you for showing me these videos, because these are awesome. I'm always interested in like the Bollywood type, you know, dancing and all the other stuff. And I hope I didn't say that wrong. But anyway, let's comment on the videos really quickly first. I loved both of the videos. I love dancing, I love hip shaking, I love stuff like that, and very, to me, like, shaking the hips and stuff is very womanly and very sexy, and so I enjoyed watching the videos. It was very Beyonce for me. I hope that's not too crazy to say, but, also, I loved the second video. The first video was really good, but after I watched the first video and then I go watch the second, I was like, I love this. They gave me like everything with the dancing, and it was very sexy, and with the wet hair, she was throwing her hair, and it was awesome. So I really enjoyed the second video. Now about the fabrics, I had to do some research because I'm not good at fabric names. I could go somewhere and find a fabric visually, because I'm very detailed in what it looks like, and matching fabrics based on the appearance and what the weight of the fabric looks like compared to, you know, the other things. Just like how when I did this and I looked back and forth at the Lady Gaga thing and the Alexander McQueen show, it was a thicker fabric that they used, even if it was just the embroidery that they had on the fabric with the beading and stuff like that. It was a thicker fabric, and the way that it flowed looked similar to this. So it's not that I knew what fabric that was and knew what fabric this was, and then I matched them, I don't even think this is the same fabric. This is closer to like an upholstery fabric or something else. It's interfaced all on the inside. That's why it's black. When you see it in the video, it's black on the inside. It has all this interfacing and it kind of messes up your iron if you iron over it. So that's why I was using another piece of fabric. I'm talking too much. Anyway, so yeah, I'm good at doing that. So for you, I had to do a little research because some of the Sari fabrics look like chiffon. And after doing some research, I found out it was chiffon on some of them, and some of them was like a silk chiffon. I don't know the big difference between them, like what regular chiffon is made out of, as opposed to silk chiffon having silk in it, or just being silk that's sewn a certain way, because sometimes the name of fabrics comes from the weave, the way that it's sewn. And chiffon is usually sewn with like really tight, woven, tightly twisted yarns. So anyway, and it's really strong fabric. It's just transparent. So in the first video, it was transparent fabric. So I would say something like a chiffon or a silk chiffon or something like that. In the second video, it was more translucent. And translucent, if you know the different words, transparent is see-through, translucent it's like sort of see-through, and opaque is you can't see through it at all. So the second video was more translucent because there was some light coming through her garment, but you really couldn't see. Like if she just wore that and nothing else, you really couldn't see through it. So that fabric I would say would be maybe something closer to like a polyester or something. But it's very easy to find fabrics for saris and stuff like that. While I was researching, I found a couple different sites that you could, you know, go through and look at, and I'll include those sites at the bottom also so you can see those. Other than that, yeah, just match the fabrics as best as you can. I love Sari fabrics because they're so pretty, and maybe I'll do something with that in the future, because on the movie The King and I, he had these pants or trousers or something that he wore that were really, really draped, and they looked so awesome. So maybe in the future I'll do a tutorial on that, maybe not. So but anyway, I hope that answered your question well. Thank you for watching. Thank you everyone for all of your wonderful questions. Thank you for bearing with me when my videos are late and they're not on time. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the comments, and go watch my Mr. Lady Romance video, my Gaga McQueen video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Oh, if you have a comment, please leave it in the comment section at the bottom. And maybe I'll answer it on my next Ask Tuesday, because that's how I get my questions. I look at the bottom of these videos and all my other videos, and I make a video on all the questions that I get. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.